Hello crafty friends, it's Komenda here. Welcome in the last part of my round album tutorials. In this lesson I will show you how to make page 7th and 8th, and we are starting with page 7. I already have the background circle and I really wanted to use this paper with like an indoor scene in the train, and I wanted to have it as visible as possible. That's why I thought of adding like a circle over circle. So I'm cutting out the circle out of this pattern with a smaller size than the circle I have in my background, and it will be just a layer on top of it, and it will hold on magnets only. So it will not be attached to this page in any other way than magnets. And I have 3 pictures, so 2 of them will go behind the train scene, and one will go, 2 of them will go on the background, and 1 of them will go behind the train scene. I need to add a second layer behind the smaller circle because I want to hide magnets. That's why I'm just using my pencil to trace it around and cut it out in a smaller version. Well, in the same version than the circle I am using. So I'm just cutting it out. Of course, you can use dies if you have the dies big enough. You can use digital die cutting machine if you have. So you can use circle cutter. And honestly, I tried. I tried with circle cutter, but this tool hates me. I wasn't able to cut out the circle, and I wasted those train scenes, I think 3 of them, before I decided to use just the retractor compass, however you call this tool, before cutting it by hand. So yeah, circle cutter is not my friend. And I'm adding 2 magnets. I was sure I added 3 on the back of my top layer, and I'm applying glue all over it to back it with the second circle, and it is the circle that will hide the magnets, make this piece a little bit stronger, and it also be a background for one of the pictures. So I'm just making sure everything lies flat and nice and it's glued together. And we need a second layer of magnets on the back, like the back the first circle we have, because it will mount together. And I don't remember what I'm doing here. Oh, I'm just trying to add those circles on the top, adding a little bit of glue on the side that it's not meeting together with other magnet. So I'm just yeah, this is the part when I realized I need to glue it on the background, not behind this smaller layer. So I just added the magnets on the spots where they have to be, so the outer layer will be placed in the middle, and I'm just hiding everything with the round piece of paper, and the page is basically done. It's that simple. Of course, you can use different shapes. You don't have to use circle like I did. I just used circle because I wanted to use this train scene. See, it holds very well. It doesn't fall out. You just need to put it, and the magnets are so strong that they kind of catch the outer layer. And now I need to add my pictures. You can use different shape than a circle. It can be a heart, it can be a star, it can be like whatever you like. If it's a rectangular page, you can use a rectangle, smaller rectangle that is as big as the one that you have in the background. I needed to make the circle smaller because the paper I was cutting out the circle was only 6 by 8. So it all dictated the size of the top layer of my page. Now I'm backing my pictures with pieces of pattern paper. because as you know, I like having frames around my picture, and I am gluing everything down to the background. Two pictures will go down on the first layer, and one picture will go on the back of the second layer. So those two pictures are meant to go here, and of course I will embellish everything later off camera. I just wanted to show you how to create the construction of the page, and the page itself, decorating, it's a personal process. Everyone likes to keep it their own way, so it's just that's why it's not shown on the video. See, the page sticks nicely, magnets are working. Now we are moving to our final page, page number 8. And I already have the circle on the background cut it out, and I am backing my pictures. And for this page I will create a waterfall because I have more photos that I want to feature, and I'm just gluing down the picture on the pattern paper, and I'm cutting it a little bit bigger on one side because we need to add this hinge flap. So I am adding 1.5 centimeters on top of each picture. This way I will have this flap that I can score and create the waterfall feature. So each picture is backed with the same piece of paper, and now the scoring part, I'm just adding the scoring here, and I'm doing exactly the same with 3 pictures. So when you score and fold, you will have like an even frame around each photo. And the 4th picture is vertical, so it will not go into the waterfall. It will go on the top of everything. You will see it later. As this album is round, it's not so easy to feature the waterfall because it has to fit on the page. That's why you need to choose the right spot. If you have a rectangular square album, you can create a waterfall from the very top to the very bottom. In my case, I couldn't do so because I would need to round the pictures on the areas where they stick out from the page. So I'm just planning where to add it. I am happy with the alignment, so I can glue down everything. I'm just marking where to start, and I'm adding the second picture mark and the third one, so I will know where to apply glue. I am cutting into those lines because I will hide the hinges. This is exactly the same thing we did, I think, in the page number 4. It's one of the tutorials, so you will find it there. I will hide those hinges so you will not be able to see them. I just added the lines where the hinges will go through the page. And here I noticed I glued down the picture upside down, so I need to correct it. Yeah, I am that clumsy. So with the first hole added, I'm putting the hinge through the page and measuring everything, and I'm ready to add the second strip, the second hole, and the third one, so everything will align nicely. You can add more pictures if they are smaller. Just be sure they are all either vertical or horizontal. You can of course rotate it 90 degrees and make a waterfall in the horizontal line with vertical pictures. I had more horizontal pictures, so it's more efficient for me to add the waterfall from top to the bottom, not from left to the right. And the third picture is also added. I just need to add glue on the back to mount the hinge on 3 pictures, and here is the finished waterfall. The only thing is it may open and by itself, so we need something to keep it closed so it will not interfere with another page, the opposite page. So I cut it out 2 strips of pattern paper. They are the same size, and one will be glued on the top of the page and one will be glued on the bottom of the page. And it will be like the closing feature, but with the round page it's not that simple. I just need to make sure it's straight and then add the hinge on the back and add glue, so I will be sure everything is aligned nicely. And I need to add those teeth for the round element. And again, we did exactly the same with the page where we created a pocket. So I'm just aligning it to be straight, and I need to do exactly the same thing on the top and on the bottom of the page. So I'm just keeping it like it should be, marking the line where the fold should be, and then adding two teeth to make it rounder when you glue it down. And I'm applying glue, and I will add magnets on two of those narrow flaps, so everything will close nicely. After I finished everything, I noticed it doesn't open and close nicely, so maybe it wasn't the best engineering idea. But honestly, I haven't worked on the round album previously. Well, I did round albums, but they were very simple, only like the picture on the front of the page. They didn't have any extra flaps and anything like this. So I needed to be more creative and, you know, try to deal with the problems when they appear. I glued down the page to my base, and there is where I noticed the flaps doesn't open and close so nicely, but it was already too late, so I needed to work with what I had. I'm trimming it down, and I will add two magnets, one on the top and one on the bottom flap, so everything will close nicely. I fold the flap to hide the magnet between those two pieces of paper, and I'm starting with the first magnet. I'm adding a little bit of double-sided tape to make sure it will hold before the glue will hold. I'm bending the paper, folding it, and the first flap is done. Now I need to make sure that the bottom magnet is on the right spot, and here is where I noticed I have too little paper to add a fold. So again, I needed to be creative. I was just too quick with trimming down this paper before, and I didn't think of the need for the flap to hide the magnet. But worry not, I will just use a piece of paper and it will fit nicely and it will hide the magnet, so I am not worried here. This is, you know, being creative with your process. I'm trimming it down because this is what I will be adding. I will be adding a piece of extra paper, so I will hide the magnet there. I'm just making sure everything fits. And this is like, you know, making your mistakes into winning, I would say. Sometimes when I do a mistake, the fixing part turns out even better than the original idea, so I'm embracing those moments. The final picture will go on top of the flap, and I'm adding a piece of paper to back it to make it sturdier, plus to make it nice on the back because part of it will be visible. So I'm just trimming everything to add the frame, and I will just glue it down on the top of the flap, and I will embellish everything. And that's it for this round album series. I really hope you will be able to recreate similar album. I hope you liked what I show you here. You can use my ideas to other albums too. You don't have to make a round album. You can make a rectangular album with similar pages. It will be probably easier than with the round album. And that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is a whole playlist for this round album tutorial, so you can check it starting from the part 1, and see you soon on some other video. Bye!